basically the COG control needs to be fixed right here, and also the spline. This part is pretty much 70-80% floaty right now, so I need to totally fix this. For this kind of body mechanics, we can easily take a camera and record our jump movements from point A to point B. By that way too, we can get which leg, leaves the ground first, and which leg lands, and why it does what it does. So we can totally understand physics behind the motion that's happening right here. And if you can go ahead and record the whole, like the flying, and then obviously not flying, but the land pose at least, you can like take an anticipation and take that jump into that sitting stance that we have here right after landing, and then you can run and do that hack and slash motion and record it. That would be even much better than drawing thumbnails in it. I just have this pretty basic idea of what I want, because I probably might have seen this action happening somewhere in movies, or like maybe in any Hollywood feature film. If you see some character flying and landing, you would probably see some similar action happening there when they fly and land. So the mechanics is kind of the same. It's just the story that what you want to tell, Like for this shot, I wanted to tell that he would fly and land, and then, hit two of his enemies from the left and the right, and then he'd just, slow down and walk away to do whatever he plans to do next. So, yeah. Right now I'm fixing the COG control for the walk cycle, or for the slow run cycle that we have here. When you're running and you want to stop from the run, what you have to do is you have to put the whole weight and the weight of your body behind your legs. It's like from the COG control to your upper body would go exactly behind, exactly opposite to what it was while you were running. When you run, you make your body come forward, which kind of adds to that force, like the whole thing, the momentum and the force of the running. But when you try to stop yourself from running, you do exactly the opposite. You put your body behind. So exactly that's what we're going to do here. For him to kind of settle down and slowly come to that pose here, we have to make his body go behind. Like the whole COG thing needs to go totally behind. But right now I'm just focused on the landing. The timing is pretty off, so that needs to be fixed as well. I'm trying to make two keys not appear the same. So, okay. Alright. Much better than what we had before. A bit of floatiness has been removed as well from this timing and the key shifting. Now I have to change some of the poses here. You can go ahead and do it with the curve, or you can go ahead and, you know, like pose it yourself inside the key. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this deformer, which is like a key deformer or curve deformer, and you can actually select like a lot of keys and then smoothly give a transition from one place to another, one key to another. It's pretty helpful. Okay, now that looks pretty good. Let me play it a couple of times here so that I can understand the motion and see all the things that needs to be fixed. All right. Okay. As you can see, this leg is way behind right now. And we're having pretty similar poses, so that's what I need to change here. Similar placement for the leg, so I need to change that. Okay. Go ahead and smooth this out, the whole thing. So you actually worked on the whole thing for once. So let me go ahead and smooth it out. We definitely have a lot of things to fix though, but we're just working on it piece by piece. It's like a puzzle. Actually, not a puzzle, you know what to do, but you know, you have to solve it like piece by piece, like part by part here in the timeline. Okay. Okay. When we scrub through here, we can see kind of like a bit of floatiness going on still around. But we're going to work on that a bit later. Right now I'm just going to go ahead and see how this is looking. Much better than before. I think it's time we introduce the spear to this character. Add that spear, and because we have to also animate the spear, you know, into his hand. That's why there are two controls here. One to parent his hand, the other to move independently. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and roughly kind of determine a position where the spear would be in his hand. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks cool. Now what I need to do is kind of place it in his hand nicely. Rotate this part here. Make it a nice hold here to the spear. Don't worry if it's penetrating or anything like that, because I'm not so much worried about all this. The main action should come out nicely, so. But obviously, if you're working on your show reel and all that, production works,